إذا أذن الأذان في مناطقكم ممكن تصلون. Yes, you will have the certificate. They asked if they have the certificate. I said yes, they will have إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله.
أيوة الدورة متاحة لكل التخصصات. نبدأ 7 و5 إن شاء الله. الدورة متاحة على اليوتيوب، والحين شارك معكم الرابط إذا تبغون تشاركونا مع أحد. بث مباشر عبر اليوتيوب. Yes, Doctora, I shared the online link.
Yeah, I got it.
Also on chat.
Yeah.
أيوة الدورة إن شاء الله راح تكون مسجلة ومحفوظة على قناة العمادة على اليوتيوب. وبالنسبة للي ما وصلتهم شهاداتهم أو ما لحقوا يسجلون ممكن يتواصلون مع أستاذ منصور الظفيري أو يتواصلون مع العمادة مباشرة، عمادة شؤون الطلاب. لا خليكم في الغرفة هنا لأن اليوتيوب ما راح يكون في تحضير. رابط التحضير راح يتم مشاركته إن شاء الله آخر المحاضرة. دكتورة full screen please.
Yeah, one second. Can you?
Yes, doctor, but we want you to put it in a full screen. The PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Yes. Full screen for the PowerPoint only.
Yeah, yes, 1 second. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Dear alumni, Haprabatan University, welcome to the 7th workshop of Excellence Competencies program. Today's workshop will focus on importance of English language for institutions and individuals, presented by D.كاتي, the facility member from the English department. Welcome, Doctora.
Yeah, it's my Assalamu alaikum. It's my pleasure to be with you all this evening. I'm so happy to see many of my students joining me. I personally thank the university, the IT team, and on top of it, Miss Ala. Not many people are fortunate to have a student as a colleague. I'm so happy that Allah initiated this. She asked me and immediately I said, yes, let's go ahead. And yes, the graduation committee is doing excellent job to help the students to become more employable. And in
Thanks to you, Doctora. We respect your.
and in this process, I want all the students to know the importance of English language and also the other skills. I used a word empowerment. That means becoming more powerful or, adding more qualities and improving yourselves, doing away all the unwanted things from your personality, and then be ready to get into a job. So this is empowerment. See, I said there are words like responsibility, potential, development, capability, planning, decision, accountable. These are some of the words. These words are not taught in the textbooks. Maybe you know the meaning of them. But I want all of you to make these qualities a part of your personality. When your or my parents were in their youth, maybe they had one university degree and then they had some qualities and it was easy for them to get into a job. But it is not so easy for the modern generation. What needs to be done to become employable, to become to reach a higher position in life? See, and those things you want to learn, Surprisingly, many of these things, they are not taught in the classroom. But you need to pick up these qualities so that you become something different from others. In this process, I want you to know the importance of English language. Okay, I know English language. I don't say that it is one of the most beautiful languages, or I can't say it's an ancient language or it is a wonderful language. No, I'm not propagating that. In fact, all languages, they have their own beauty, they have their own sweetness. Arabic is in fact one of the ancient languages, okay, and with such rich literature. But if you come to India, we have more than 3,000 languages and we have 14 official languages. But we all should and learn English for the simple reason it is a global language. It is an international language. See, I'm telling you, I want you to become proficient in your English language to be to be ready to get into a job. I don't say that you're learning it. Maybe some of you love the language, or maybe you use it a lot, or you have lots of movies and all. But my point here is to drive you that it is an international language, and it is an additional qualification, or sometimes an important qualification to get into a job. Okay, so that's the reason what needs to be done to become perfect in English. That's number one. And number two, why should you learn English? Okay, so when you're doing something and if you know the end result of it, what do you get out of it? If you know the purpose of your journey, then the journey becomes a happier one. A journey becomes a meaningful one. Okay, so that's the reason today I'm just going to highlight why is it so important to learn English. That's number one. And when you become proficient in English language, what are the benefits you're going to get? Okay, these are the things I just want to focus on. Before we move into the actual lecture, I just want to tell one simple story. Okay. There was once a big paper industry. Okay. You know, paper industry. They make papers. They make paper for printing books. They make paper to use it as tissues, or they make papers, okay, to print newspapers in the paper industry. And this paper industry, what is the raw material needed for paper industry? You need lot of wood. You have to cut trees and then make pulp of it, and then after that you make paper. Okay, so they need to cut down many trees. So to cut the trees, they have some people. Their job is to cut the trees. Okay, so there was one woodcutter like that, and every day he was cutting trees and making them into pieces and then sending it to the factory. Then after some days, there's one more person he joined there as a woodcutter. So the new woodcutter, he went to the first one and he asked, "Hello, how many trees do you cut every day?" Then he said, "I cut about 10 trees. Okay, so I cut 10 trees and then they pay me $40 per day. And then this is how I make my living." The second woodcutter also, he joined and he also started cutting 10 trees every day, and then he was getting $40 per day. After 3 months, there was this New Year, Christmas and the New Year, and everybody expected a pay hike. But the first woodcutter, he was getting only $40 per week. But whereas the second woodcutter, he was getting $60 per day. First one was very upset. He said, "Why? We both are doing the same job. We start the work at 9 in the morning and then we finished up by 4 in the evening, and then we do the same work. And why is that he's getting more?" And he in fact joined late. I've been working here for the past 10 years, and this gentleman, he came only a few months back and he started getting more pay. So he went to the factory owner, PR, and then he complained. He He wanted to complain. He wanted to complain. You know, why is that? He's paying more, he's being paid more, whereas I get the same salary. Before going to the, the HR department, personal department, he went to the second woodcutter and he asked, see, if we both start the work at the same time and then we go back at the same time. Why is that you're getting more pay? How many trees do you cut? He said, I cut 15 trees a day. Then the first one was surprised. I also work at the same time, like, from 9 to 4, and I can cut only 10, but how do you manage to cut 15? It's so difficult, it's unmanageable. How can you manage it? And then the second woodcutter, he answered him, he said, well, yes, we have the same time, but before I cut every tree, I sharpen my axe. Okay, he sharpens the axe. He makes himself ready for the job. He keeps his tools ready, update. Got it? He sharpens the axe so that it doesn't turn out to be blunt and he can cut at faster rate. It's a simple story. It's a very simple story. But there lies the meaning of life. It can be a simple job or a routine job. But even to do that routine job, you need to prepare yourself to become sharp and active. This is a small story, but I always remember this story. Sometimes I teach the same syllabus, like I teach grammar, and for maybe next semester also I may have to teach the same grammar course. But I don't use the same notes. I prepare myself. I study again. I check everything because I just want to sharpen my skill set so that I can help my students in a better fashion. You got it? So, in the modern times, in the coming days, you always have to be on top. To be on top, you need to update yourself. Okay? This is empowerment. This is improving your professional performance. Got it? And this English language helps you to empower, to update. Okay? So this is the point I wanted to highlight. So you are learning English because I want you to update. And another very important thing I wanted to tell you, the more languages you learn, the sharper your brain becomes. If you have expertise in your mother tongue, it is not sufficient. It is not sufficient because we are living in a global village. It is no more a different country or a separate entity, but the world is like a village. That's the reason whatever that happens in any part of the world, immediately we get the information into our hand, into our mobile, just like happens in a village, right? So in this global village, in order to survive and to be successful, you have to learn English. This is the point I wanted to highlight. So you're learning English to become better, to earn more money. I'm telling you, to earn more money. Suppose you want to go take an interview at Saudi Airlines. So even if you have an A+ in all your subjects and you're well versed in your mother tongue, it is not sufficient. It is not sufficient. The first thing you need to learn is you should be proficient in English language, even to work in the Saudi Airlines. Or you wanted to work in a multinational corporation. You know, the headquarters is based in Riyadh, but then they insist on English. 40 Fortune 500 companies are coming to Riyadh to establish their headquarters or their branch offices in Saudi Arabia. When I read this news in Saudi Gazette, then I thought, oh my God, all my students should be good at English, because they should get into those companies. So this is how we have to be ready to grab the opportunity. Okay, so just like that, when you think, why learning English is so important, why it has become so important. As I'm telling you, I don't say that's the finest language or the best language, no way. But this language gives us more chances of jobs. We learn it to reach a position, to get an additional qualification, nothing more than that. Okay, so yeah. So most of the countries, I guess about 55 countries have English. Sovereign countries have English as their official languages, and about 27 countries, their English is also spoken as an official language. Okay, so, and even if countries other than, you go to Europe, even if you cannot speak their language, you can still manage through English. You go to a hotel and then maybe you cannot, and they cannot answer your question. Okay. But if you pose a question in English, it's easy for them to communicate with you. Okay. So this is how it began. And this is the reason many countries in the world, they include English in their school syllabus. And then, children like you, they start learning at a very early age. When you start learning a language at a very early age, it becomes very easy to master it. Okay. So even if you start it at later pace, if you understand that it is for the betterment of your career, you do it more willingly. Okay, you do it more willingly. This is the most important thing. Whatever you do, you must love that work. That makes all the difference. Okay, so again, before we go into it, I just want to narrate, why should you learn English and why should you love learning English? Got it? Suppose if you want to be, this is what I always tell my students, if you want to be happy for a day, what do? You go on a picnic, and then you go into desert, and then you spend one day with your family, and then you move around, you listen to music, and then you have a nice lunch, and you sleep for some time, and then you feel very happy for one day. But if you want to happy for 1 week, you want to be happy. So what do? If you want to be happy for 1 week, then you take a break. You go to a country in Europe or a place like Singapore. Okay, and then you go on sightseeing. You visit. You visit the place. You see all the places, or you go to Switzerland, and then you feel very, very happy. You get thrilled. Okay, and then for 1 week you'll be very happy. If you want to be happy for say about 3 months, then what do? You have a very rich one uncle who's very, very rich, and he has lots of money. And this uncle with lots of money, he writes that, he's got my nephew or my niece, she's going to get all my money, and she's going to she's going to inherit, she's going to get all my property, and he writes everything in your name, and then he dies. Okay, imagine you get all the money and you're very rich. Then what do? You go on a world tour, you go to Switzerland, you go to, Las Vegas, and then you go skiing, you go and then you play, you enjoy. 3 months, class, your money is finished and you're very happy. Okay, 3 months, you're very happy. 3 months. After that, money is finished, and then you come back to your normal state. If you want to be happy for 1 year, I'm telling you 1 year. This is from my personal experience. If you want to be happy for 1 year, then you get married. 1 year you can be happy. Okay. After that, don't ask me. You can be happy. But if you want to be happy for the lifetime, what do you do? What do you do if you want to be happy for the lifetime? Very simple thing. Very simple technique. Love your work. If you love your work, you can be happy and you enjoy. You don't get distracted. You don't get frustrated. You don't get sad. But in turn, you do your work in a perfect manner. Okay, you got it? So this is the simple technique. So when you are learning English, and I want you to love that. Love learning English, because it's going to make a change in your life. Don't think that, somebody asked you to do it or something. No, you were doing it for yourself. You were doing it to improve your eligibility, to improve your employability, to become better than others, to add an additional qualification. Okay, so these are all the benefits you get from learning English. See, and why? Because even if you join in a master's course, or you want to take up some business, okay, or you want to travel, or want to conduct a business meeting, anything, the common language is English. English is the common language, and you cannot avoid it. So the only way is to become proficient in it. Okay, so if you want to sign a contract, even with a company like Toyota, like Nissan, Japan is is the parent country. Okay, even if you want to negotiate with a Japanese company or a German company, you see, you can't speak Japanese, and invariably they can't manage their Arabic, but one common medium both of you have is English, right? So if you want to have the international business, or want to conduct your meetings, want to travel around, to be a tourist, it's invariably English that makes the difference. Got it? So, it is a key. It is a key to open the doors. Once you open the door, it's a window to the world. It's a key to an entirely different world. You see, yeah, that's the reason I use. Yeah, it's a key. You have the key. And if you open the key, you can have an unbelievable world waiting outside with several opportunities. Okay, so this is what I want you to pay attention, and then, yeah. So, yeah, 1 in every 5 people, they speak English. 1 in every 5 people, 1 out of 5. Okay, they speak English. So that's the reason it's being called as a, yeah, it's being called as a global language. Global language. So it's not just only for, tourism or anything. Just imagine, you want to study science, or you want to study, aviation, or computers, or tourism, or diplomacy, anything you say, yeah, anything you say, you need to proceed your studies only in English language. Okay, you were very good at physics, yeah, and you want to go for your masters, or you want to be in touch with the other physicists in the world. So invariably, the one medium of communication is English. Or you want to be a pilot, or you wanted to be a ground staff in the airline industry. So invariably, it's nothing English but English. Okay, so these are the, to get a better job, you need to be really good at, yeah, English. Okay, so you study masters, or you wanted to go to a foreign university. See, very surprising thing I wanted to highlight you. The most surprising thing is the world's best universities, they insist on your English language ability other than your course to give an admission into their university. Yes, yes. It is your English ability that gets you an admission into masters in UK or Canada or USA or, yeah, Australia. It is, they don't check whether you have an A+ in your biology or mathematics or physics or chemistry or nursing, but they just look at your IELTS score. If your score is good, if your IELTS score is good, then immediately they don't look at whether you have an A+ or A in your core subjects, but the first and foremost qualification you need to have is a minimum of 6.5 band in IELTS exam. Okay, so this is how yeah, you can, yeah, if you are seeking to study abroad, it is no matter whether you are an Arabic speaker or a physics student or a chemistry graduate. Yeah, it is your English score that gives you an admission in the other country. I'm telling you out of my experience. To get an admission into Oxford for Oxford University in UK, for a doctor, for a surgeon, they insisted, however whatever you are, you can be the best surgeon, but we want you to have a 7.5 band in English, then only you can come to Oxford. You see, for a surgeon, for a doctor, they insisted on 7.5 in all 4 sections, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Then only she is admitted into Oxford. Okay, this is how they operate. Okay, so I want you to keep these things in mind so that when we actually start the English sessions, I want you to do your course with interest and with enthusiasm. Yeah. Yeah, as I told you, it is in 53 countries, it's being used as a lingua franca. Okay, so whether you go to Brazil or Beijing or anywhere in any part of the world, okay, you can still manage your life with English. With English, yeah. And if you were a science student, and as I told you, if you want to be in touch with the latest happenings in the field of astrophysics or biochemistry or pharmaceutical or medical or engineering studies, so you can be in touch with the rest of the world, with the other parts of the world, if you're conversant in English. So most of the advanced scientific publications are done only in English language. Okay, so I'm not here to tell you like it is the beautiful language. I'm just telling you that this particular language opens more doors for us. This particular language, coupled with good communication skills and a perfect attitude, can improve your employability, can give you wider chances to work. Okay, so don't be under the impression that I'm good at my language or I'm good at my subject. It is not enough. It is not just enough to be good at only these things. You also have to increase your potential, improve your caliber, so that your chances of reaching the top of the world will be high. Okay, so pay attention to these simple details. And when you talk about the other things, when you talk about even if you insist on the media, music, okay, reading, all these things, it has become a part and parcel of our social life, your entity, your living style, your communicating style, your connectivity with the world, everything is rooted through English language, right? So whether you like movies or music or newspaper or general reading, okay, or you want to be active in the media, social media, it all happens through English. Because of these wider application areas, it has become kind of a compulsion for all of us to stay connected with the world. We need to learn English. Now, when you're talking about, stay connected with the world, or, to reach the wider society, okay, or to prosecute your higher education, what are the aspects you need to be updated? Right, we will check with that. Okay. And I'm just, you know, you're well versed with all these things. Okay, your social media part, I don't need to tell you. Okay. Yeah. And not only that, even if you want to travel around, want to go around, see the other parts of the world, you know, you need to have a good knowledge of English. Then life becomes more enjoyable, more meaningful, and a lot more easier if your English skills are good. I'm telling you, I'm not here to promote the language. I'm here to tell you how important, how inseparable it is in our lives. Okay, it has become a part and parcel of our lives. And as I told you, when you have made an attempt to improve, to learn a new language, obviously your thinking style changes, your operational style will change. Also, your cognition becomes more active. Okay, so you can start thinking and you can effortlessly learn a new language, and in fact it adds more value to your personality and also to your intellect. So pay attention to these details. Apart from English language, what else? What are needed to become employable, to become empowered? I'm telling you, apart from English language, it doesn't mean that, you know, you just speak flawless English and then you just picked up because of only that English. No, a part of your personality is also very, very important. You know, they are called employable skills. These employable skills, they also include, you know, your time management, your attitude, your ability to share information, your ability to get along with people, your stress tolerance levels, okay, your emotional ability, okay. So all these things are important along with the English language. I want to get back to a story because, yeah, these are not just stories. These are very, very important things in life. Apart from English, you know, you also have to have something called as attitude. It is your personality. That's very important. Okay, attitude. I want to tell you a real life incident. You know, in the world, Harvard is, I think it's #1 university in the world, right? Yeah, in the ranking. Oh, yeah, #1 university. One day, now how the attitude can change the happenings, okay, or can change the fortunes of anything. I just want to narrate in this story. So Harvard University is the #1 university, a very busy university. Obviously, president of the university is naturally a very busy man, and he has a secretary, you know, or in fact, a team of people working for him. Okay. One day, what happened? It was a busy day. The president of the university, that's the vice chancellor of the university, is very busy working. And then the receptionist, she's also very busy with her, you know, setting her his appointments and then changing everything. A couple, a simple looking couple, okay, came to the receptionist and asked the receptionist that they need to meet the president regarding a very important work. You know, both the wife and husband, the couple, they looked simple, a little bit shattered. They are not wearing that hi-fi trim, expensive clothes. That lady was holding a small bag in her hand. And then the receptionist, she just looked at them. She didn't care much for them because, you know, they didn't have anything impressive on them. Then she said, okay, you wait there, President is very busy. So they waited and waited and waited. Okay. And went to the receptionist a couple of times and then asked her, can I meet the president now? She said, no, he is very busy. Then they can't, maybe they don't get the appointment. And they said, you know, we don't take much time. We just wanted a 5 minutes time because we want to discuss this very serious issue with him. When they said that, the receptionist did not believe them because they didn't appear to be like that. She didn't take their words very seriously. She was a bit careless in attending to them. So the couple, the old couple, they waited there, waited. And then the wife, she said, honey, I don't think this is the right place. Perhaps we will try the other university. And then they left Harvard. After that, they went to Stanford. When they went to Stanford, the receptionist welcomed them and she made them comfortable. And she said, okay, you can meet the president, and took the time from the president and then sent the couple to the president immediately. You know, the couple came there, or rather came to Harvard because they had a son. They had a son. Okay. And their son, he studied in Harvard for 1 year. After that, he met with an accident. He died in the accident. So they wanted to donate some amount to Harvard and then make a block in the name of his son, you know, in memory of their son. So they came with the proposal to Harvard, but in Harvard, you know, when they got the appointment, you know, they did not make, or, you know, the Harvard people went by their physical looks and then their condition. They did not take them very seriously. But whereas they said, sorry, we don't have time, or it is very expensive affair, you can't do it, you know, kind of. But when they went to Harvard, they got that warm welcome and they were listened to them carefully, and immediately the couple, they left all their millions of dollars, they donated it to Stanford, and in turn, Stanford has received a big amount of charity from this couple. You understand now? The first university lost this amount not because of lack of knowledge or wisdom or anything, because one receptionist in the office did not respond to them properly. Harvard lost a big gain. You understand? It is not the capability of the president. It is not the caliber of the university. It is a lack of proper empathy and communication skills on part of a small employee. I mean, I'm not using that, you know, I'm just talking about the cadre. Okay. some employee in that organization did not receive them very well, and that reflected on the entire organization. You got it? This is how it gets affected. This is what is effective communication skills. Empathy is also part of effective communication skills. So when you're learning English communication skills, I don't mean to say that, you have to be very proficient in your reading, writing, speaking, and listening. No, I want you to sharpen and shape your entire personality, both in and out. This is the very important. Employability skills includes all these things. Empowerment includes effective communication skills and employability skills. You should be ready, job readiness skills. Okay, you should be ready for all these things. Then you become a marketable or a saleable commodity. I mean, you will be wanted. You are needed. Okay, not that you need them, you are needed. Okay, so I pay attention to these simple details. When they become a part of your personality, you don't have to do anything additional. Here again, I wanted to tell you another important aspect. There are two types of people in any organization. Two types of people in any organization. There are mediocre people and meritocrat people. Mediocre people are the people who do the same job every day. Every day they repeat the same job. There isn't much difference, they do the same work every day. Every day they do the same work. Okay, so the life goes on, but the problem here is any mediocre work can be replaced by a machine. You got it? It can be replaced by a machine. See, sometimes back when we were young, when I was in the college, now you have emails and then, WhatsApp and smartphones and all. But in the olden days, when I was in college, the only way of communicating with others is through post office. You write a letter, you take it to the post office and you drop it in a post box, and the letter goes to wherever it is destined. So in the post office, there is somebody called a postal attendant. What does he do? He looks at the letter and puts a stamp, just a stamp. The job is just to stamp all the letters and then puts them in a bag. This is, there's no creativity, there's no additional work, it's just routine job. And very soon he is being replaced by a computer. The computer prints it. Okay, so a mediocre job can be replaced by a machine. But a meritocrat is the one who has a vision, who can see things, who can do the planning. A meritocrat cannot be replaced by a machine. Okay. Mediocre people, they cling to the organization. They hook themselves to the organization. But meritocrats, the organizations cling to them. The organizations, they hook to the meritocrats. Okay. You got it? So every time when you want to improve yourself, think like a meritocrat. Don't take up mediocre jobs. Don't take up mediocre works. Because any mediocre, nowadays, because of the using of artificial intelligence, it can be done by a machine, right? So if you can think on a bigger plane like this, it's easy for you to join the higher level of the society. Okay. So I'm my issue is, once again, I've been telling you, English language, of course, is the window to the world, but to get out of this small place and to get into a wider world, apart from your English language, you are also adding few more important skills, English communication skills plus soft skills. What is a, soft skills are your personality, your attitude, your time management, your ability to respond immediately, okay, dependable, honesty, okay, yeah, yes, empathy, reliability, ability to learn very quick. So these are some of the additional skills you need to update or add to your personality, so that tomorrow you become really special and you also become most wanted by the organizations. I think I'm making myself clear to you, right? So whether you are a business owner, student, employee, English is incredibly important in any part of your world. Okay. So yeah, because it's spoken in many different countries. There are thousands of schools and universities. You see, they offer a lot of programs. Okay, so you can study. You can study whatever favorite subject you want to study. You can study it in English, so that you can reach the wider world and be a part of a bigger world, and you can be heard, you can be seen, and you get a chance to work, and all these things. Here the only thing is the medium is English. Okay. And apart from it, you get a chance to come across, to get into multiple cultures. Okay. So it gives a chance to look into the world of many other people, across the cultures. So yeah, numerous books, and you can access the music, films, literature of hundreds of other countries. Okay. So from your small world, we are moving into a bigger society, bigger circle. Okay. So the values, habits, living styles, cultures, way of life. Okay. All these things you can access, you can approach, you can learn through English language. Got it? So how can we do it? It's very simple. You start learning, you start accessing it with simple activities, whatever you do. But don't ever be under the impression that you are learning English for the sake of your teacher, somebody like me, or for the sake of your parents. No, no, no. You are getting the proficiency in English for your better future, not for my sake or not for anybody else. To get the real essence of your education, to become part of a bigger world, to add additional skills, to become, to improve yourself, to emerge as a professional, you need this language. This is like, sharpening your axe. If you're a woodcutter, before you cut every tree, you sharpen the axe. Then you can cut more trees. You cannot use a blunt axe. Sharpen it. Okay, so that you can finish your job in minimum time. I guess I'm making myself clear to you. Yeah. Yeah, this is, Abraham Lincoln, he said this. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Yes. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Don't think like, what is my future? What am I going to do? What will happen after 5 years? Where do I go after 10 years? No, no, no. Make it happen. Create it. You make your future. Don't think that somebody else is going to make your future. No, you make it happen. You plan it. You design it. You decide it. Okay, so don't predict it, but you create it. Your future is in your hands. Make a plan. Make a plan. There's this, if you find time, maybe you can even read the Arabic version of it. There is this beautiful book called Alice in the Wonderland. There's this beautiful book. I could never ever forget that conversation. Alice in the Wonderland. You have an Arabic version also. Yeah, you can read it. In that book, Alice in the Wonderland, Alice is a girl, she meets a hare or an animal, a rabbit. It's a wonderland. So animals also, they speak there. Alice meets the hare there, and it's at a traffic junction, like Ishara. So here asks Alice, where does this road go? Like, you want to go to Dammam, you want to go to Riyadh, you are at a traffic point and you don't know where to go. So you ask someone, right? So where does this road go? And Alice tells again asks the hare, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Then the hare says, nowhere, anywhere. I don't mind, I can go anywhere. And Alice asks, this is a very, you need to really, maybe I'm not very clear whether you follow me or not. Then Alice says, if you're not sure of your destination, you can take any road. If I want to go to Riyadh, I should take a road to Riyadh, right? But if I'm not very sure whether I have to go to Hale or Riyadh or Dammam or, Qasim, it never matters. If I don't have a plan, I don't need to bother. I can go anywhere and I can end up anywhere. Life is not like that, right? Life is not like that. If you're very sure of going to a particular place, you choose that road and you travel in that road. Okay. So if you don't have such plan, then, my help or any help, it's of no use. So create your future. Create, make. Then don't think, something will come and somebody will help me. No one will help us. You have to make, where do I want to go? Now this is July 4th, 2021. So by December 31st, I should improve. I should be proficient in English language. I must write an IELTS exam and get an 6.5 band. Or I must write a research paper. You make a plan. Make a plan and start working on it. Or otherwise, if there is no plan, life goes like that. There's no point. There's no purpose. It just goes on, moves on like that. So create your future. This is the very important thing I wanted to tell you. Many youngsters, they have ambition, they have plans, but they are little lethargic. Okay, little bit of careless. Don't be like that. So create your own future. It makes a lot of difference. Okay. Now, how can we learn? How can we learn English? It's very easy, because now that you have lots of sources, you can join an online course, or you can join nowadays most of the universities in abroad also, they are offering online modular courses. Even if it's an English, Washington University, you can still take up an online course, okay? Or you can join an English course in the university itself, okay? And most important thing, when you watch movies, watch them, okay, without subtitles, so that it becomes easy, okay? And you invariably, you improve. Okay, and read books in English. These are the simple things, and they make a lot of difference. And so once you have a willingness in your heart, once you make up your mind, it becomes so easy for you to go in that road. Deciding, making a plan, and then starting the journey, these are the important things. Once you make such plan, it becomes very easy. It becomes, okay. So this is how you can start your journey. You can start your journey and then get into a new future. Okay. Yeah. So if you have any doubts, or you have any queries, you can ask me. I am ready to
All thanks and appreciation for you, Doctor, to meet with us this evening, and meet with the alumni of Hafra Batin University. Thank you, Doctora. If you have any question, you can use chat or using a mic. Just raise your hand if you want to talk with the Doctora.
Yeah. Yes. I'm so happy, Ala, because, the response is really good, and that shows their eagerness. Sure, we can start a program even for a smaller group, and
yes.
Then we can offer the course to the students.
Yes, Doctora, and the alumni said that they want to have a program here in university,
yes.
Even if it was online, but they want to.
Yeah, we can start working on it, and then give us a program. It's not just grammar, vocabulary, but this program for the alumni students, it should be an employability program. Yes, like, if they want to work in a bank, if they want to work in a big organization, what are the skills, what are the English skills needed for this those jobs. We train only in them.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. And they asked a lot about how they can pass the IELTS exam and the TOEFL and
Yes,
how
IELTS
they reach
exam,
a
you
good
know,
level.
yes. Yeah, IELTS exam, you know, we can give a full 1 month, 2 months training in IELTS, and you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I know, Doctor. And we plan for this, inshallah,
Yes.
in the near future, inshallah.
Yeah, in the near future, sure, Allah.
Yes,
I am there
inshallah,
with you all the time.
yes.
Yes, I am there with
I would
you.
like to all advices you give the graduates about how they study English and how they use it in their life. We
Yes.
appreciate this, Doctora. Very thank you.
Thank you, Allah. It's really a great pleasure to be with you all. And I'm so happy. And I am thankful to the university, to the alumni association, to the president. You know, I'm so thankful because, you know, they are trying hard to reach out and, you know, make a change in the lives of the youngsters. I am also very happy. See, almost 570 students could come together to share with us. Yes, that's something very nice.
We also are very thankful for you, Doctora. Sarah asked you, Doctora, how can she overcome her fear of speaking English in front of other people?
Yeah, this is what, you know, a fear of it. See, anything that we start for the first time, we do make mistakes. We do make mistakes. So if somebody is making a mistake means somebody is working. It's as simple as that. So, only thing is, you know, the more you practice, stop worrying about others. What do they think of me? What if I don't speak well? You know, these are all, you don't need to think alone. You just all one thing is, you know, stay focused. Stay focused. When you start driving for the first time, we do make mistakes, right? But the most important thing is starting. So, especially in my class, I appreciate students when they make mistakes, because when they make mistakes means they are learning, they are trying. Trying is very important. So it's yeah.
Dr. Also Shahad asked you, how long does it make to learn English?
No, it's very simple. And I have few students who could even show remarkable improvement in a matter of 2 months. Yes, just in a matter of 2 months, I saw students, you know, coming out with beautiful speech, expression. Yeah. It all depends on your interest. If you, some people, even if they don't have interest, even if they spend 1 year, it's of no use. Sometimes you stay focused, 1.5, 2 months, you can see the result.
Yes, Doctor. Doctor also Asma asked, how can she inspire her teen students to take their English learning in a serious way?
Actually, you know, this is what I, you know, today I did not teach any grammar or vocabulary. First, I thought of giving vocabulary, but then I thought, no, it's not vocabulary or anything. If we know that these are the benefits of learning English, if you feel the need, then you learn it first. So if her children are, you know, if you explain to them how their life changes once if their English is good, make them realize, don't force them, don't compel anyone to learn English, but instead make them realize how important it is. How important it is. Just, you know, if the children are in teenage, let them go to an office or a shop where they don't speak Arabic, or a hospital where they don't speak Arabic. See, then within a minute they'll understand how difficult it is to manage without English.
Yes,
that's it.
Yes.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Because, you know, because they are young, they don't know that, you know, because they hadn't seen the world outside, they think life is going comfortably here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. If they are exposed to a situation where they cannot manage with Arabic, that's it. They themselves will learn, or put them in a course, in an online course. You know, that's it. When the teacher tries to, in an interesting course about, you know, coding, in a computer coding or an art class, then they learn. Create a need for them. Create a need. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Dr. Amal also asked what is the type of book can help her to improve her conversational skill.
Yeah, you
Her
see,
English language.
there are many books. You see, I normally use Cambridge books. So depending on their needs, suppose you want to improve your writing, you know, there is a separate section of books offered by Cambridge University. Even Oxford University has got very good titles. So you can choose, you know, there is intermediate, beginner, pre-intermediate. You can choose the levels of the books and then start practicing. And most of the books, they come with both audio and video material. So it's easy for them even to stay home and practice. You don't need a teacher. Of course, a teacher always has certain advantages, but even without a teacher, with the online resources, they can continue to learn.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Dr. Shahad wants to use a voice to talk with you.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Hello, Shahad.
Yes, come on, Shahad. You can use the mic.
Shahad. My favorite name in Arabic is Shahad, you know. Shahad means
yes.
honey. Honey.
Yes, that's right.
All shahads I know are as sweet as honey.
As honey, yes, yes, that's true, Doctora. Okay, Noura Sbai, Noura.
Okay.
Noura.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Good evening to you.
Hi, good evening.
Hello, Miss Katy.
Yeah.
I am so happy to hear your voice. I was your student.
Oh, that's so nice of you, Noura.
Yes, and that's so nice to be here with you on your lectures. And I get so better from your advice, how to learn English, how to improve us to being more and activator in English.
Yes.
So I have one questions that I need to answer from you.
Yes, dear.
How I learn grammar from too easy and to the difficult, because that's some of them it's easy and some of them it's difficult.
Noura, you know,
Yes.
I tell you one thing out of my experience. Don't bother so much about grammar unless you are going to be an English teacher. Okay.
Yes, inshallah, I will be English teacher. I know how to talk, how to write, how to read, how to speak, how to listen. But I cannot how to make a difference between the grammar and two other. Some one of them it's easy and the other one it's so difficult.
No, don't. Because nowadays, you know, you have, if you start reading, you know, grammar, it sometimes it confuses us a lot. Okay.
Yes,
so,
yes.
But you have,
that's the point. It's confused us so much.
It is more confusing. But as such, you know, you are so good at language. When you want to teach, you know, speaking is different, writing is different, but you know, teaching grammar is different. Okay. So there are many easy grammar books, like, you know, don't go by the standard grammar books. Go for the functional grammar. Functional grammar means, you know, grammar that can be used in your day-to-day life. Okay.
Yes.
Some of the rules. Some of
like
the
a past or a simple present.
Yes. So, and if you learn the grammar through usage, sometimes, you know, when I was young, like you, I was also so confused, you know, too many grammar rules, they create a kind of a fear in the mind. So stop worrying about the grammar part, but focus on how I can express myself clearly without mistakes. So it's like, for me, grammar is like one simple example I tell you. If you know the parts of a car, you have a car, and you know all the parts of the car. This is steering wheel, this is brake, and this is carburetor, this is
the driver will be easy for us.
Can you drive? Sometimes you drive the car, but you don't know the parts of the car.
Okay.
So
the point?
Yeah. The point is, like you, as you said, you know, when you drive the car, you know how to use the pedal, how to use the accelerator, how to use a brake, and what is the gear. You know all these things. You know, you use them, but you may not know all the parts of it.
Okay.
You understand? But
Yes,
if you know all the parts of the car, but if you don't know how to drive, it's of no use, right?
Yes.
So stop worrying about the grammar part. This is my, you know, of course, my husband does not agree with this statement. He's an English professor. He doesn't agree with this statement. We both fight on it. But my point is, learning to drive is more important, because the language is like a car. You need to drive it. You need to use it, right? Go to
because just wait, if I interrupt you, because sometimes I was confused. May I have some error in some grammars, and that's make me so sad, because I will be an English teacher. That's make me to know all the grammar. All of them. So if it was difficult or easy, I should to know all of them, and how to practice from the verb and the noun, like this.
So you know, it's so simple. You know, you just practice. You know, you start using the functional grammar instead of reading a full grammar book. You know.
Do you have some name of books for grammar?
You know, so see one thing. You know, you can take my number from Ala. Okay, I can send you the titles of the books, Noora.
Yes, please. I will appreciate it.
Yeah, I can even send you the PDF copies. You don't have to buy them. I can share the PDF copies.
Maybe, yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, of course. I'm here to help my students, right?
Thank you so much. You help me a lot. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And I am having great here to be with you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Noora.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Ala.
Yes, Doctor. Any other questions by using the mic?
Yeah.
I was so مشاعر maybe Sarah.
Yeah. I'm so happy that, you know, many people attended this, and then they also participated.
Yes, Dr. Sarah Mtairi.
Sarah?
Hello, Ms. Katie.
Hi, Sarah.
I'm so happy to attend this lecture. And actually, I really got the benefit of it. But I have a question, okay?
Yes, please.
How can you recommend to us to utilize our vocabs and skills in the academic way, in the English field? Because honestly, some of us here know the regular English, the everyday language we use, but we need to improve our English in an academic way. So how can you recommend to us?
See, if you are very serious about, you know, improving your academic English, number one, you know, the vocabulary part. See, you always have to learn the vocabulary in a practical manner. Okay. try to associate a word with an image, with a picture. You got it?
Yeah.
So that's one way of learning. You see, that's how you can remember the word for a longer time. Always see the picture of something, of a new word, so that it can stay in your mind forever. Don't try to remember the word. Attach a picture with it, attach an image with it, so that it will be. And another type is, going by the root approach. Suppose, you have the prefixes, suffixes. So that also they help you to improve your vocabulary. Okay.
Yes.
Or, synonyms and antonyms. If you,
Items too.
yeah. For example, idioms, like, yesterday my husband was telling me, bucket. Okay.
Yeah.
Usually we know the word kicking the bucket. I was telling you the story. One uncle who gave all the money to you and kicked the bucket. Kicking the bucket is dying.
Yeah.
Somebody kicked the bucket means somebody died, right? And bucket list. What is bucket list? This is also an idiom. Bucket list means the things you want to fulfill before you in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Like you say, I want to visit Switzerland. It's in my bucket list. Okay. So whenever you come across a word, you use that word in one of the sentences. Okay. Make that sentence in your mind so that it will remain in your brain for a longer time. Don't learn only the word. Think of a situation. Think, where can I use this word? Where can I think of a situation and fix it in your mind so that it will be in your brain for a longer time. Okay. Number one, attach an image to it. Number two, go by the root approach, root in the sense prefixes, suffixes, antonyms, and synonyms. Number three, think of a situation where you can use that word in a meaningful manner. So your brain is like a supercomputer. In fact, even if your laptop, the memory of your laptop, I guess I'm not a computer analyst, but it takes only 2% of we don't even use 2% of our brain power. So the brain can actually take a lot of information. So think of new vocabulary, new word, think of a situation, form a sentence, and then say the dialogue in your mind, and it will be with you forever. That's how you can improve your vocabulary. I think I made myself clear. Okay.
Okay, Doctora, the last question, Huda asked, do you find the teacher that using this application, Zoom, is enough in English language teaching field or not?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the same one?
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we can use it, right?
Yes, she asked if it's enough in English language teaching.
Yeah. It's in a sense, you see, a physical, see, this is one alternative we have. I don't say that this is the best way, right? But we have a method of connecting. For me, the best or my choice is always a physical classroom. But when there is no such facilities, Zoom is always useful.
Yes. Wait, Doctora. Okay, Sarah Shaya.
Yeah, Sarah.
The last one, Sarah Shaya.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Sarah.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
How are you, Doctora?
Yeah, I'm good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm your student, if you remember me.
Of course.
I actually don't have a question, but I have an advice that I would like to give it to all the participants. When I graduated from high school in 2018, I wasn't sure of my abilities in English. But all the vacation, all the summer vacation, I was watching YouTube videos. All the vacations, okay, and movies and everything. And then my first year at college, I met D.كاتي, okay, and when she talked to me, I was amazed of that I understood every word that she has said. And when I sat with myself and like think, why, how did I improve without me knowing that, I found out that it is listening.
Yes.
When you listen, you learn better, you learn faster. You have to listen to learn. Also, it helps with grammar. It helps grammar much more than books. When you listen, you build your vocabs and your grammar, and you also the form of the sentence. By listening, it gets much better. And thank you.
Very nice of you, Sarah. You are 100% right. You know, listen, you know, that's the first skill. You listen and you speak, right? Listening is our input. Okay, listening is our input. 50% of our vocabulary we pick up from listening. Okay, you are 100% right. That is the reason in the English skills we say LSRW. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Writing is the last skill that we pick up. Listening is the first skill. You are 100% right. And I'm so happy, so effortlessly you picked up English and you're so flawless. That's very nice of you, Sarah. That's very nice of you.
Again, all thanks and appreciation for you, Doctora, to allocated your time. And all thanks for attendance also. Thank you, Doctora.
Yes.
Thank you for all of
you. That's so nice of you. Once again, I'm so fortunate to have a student as a colleague. Yes. Not many people are this lucky like me.
Thank you, Doctora. We will meet you, inshallah, tomorrow. Yes, we will have, inshallah, another lecture. Thank you, Doctora.
Right.
And we will, inshallah, meet you next time, inshallah.
Okay, dear. Thank you so much. Bye.